Good day, good day. It's God Says Ministries, the House of Fire, and I am Prophet Tavis. So on the 17th of July, 2019, that's going on 6 years to this July, I got a prophecy from the Lord. This talks about, it refers to David, but David is now referring to Trump here. This talks about the United States and what's going to happen. I have another prophecy which I'm going to scroll down to show you what the Lord showed me about these lone wolves, pre-programmed lone wolves. This chap that's throwing the Molotov cocktails at people, and the other ones that are driving through people, and ones that are shooting at Trump. We got a number of them in the United States. So this is the prophecy from July, the 17th of July, 2019. It's talking about the United States, but it's also talking about the world in general. God says the countdown is over, and the time has come to unveil the wickedness within the walls of the earth. I brought my David back to remove the veil of deception, and I have shook the ground with victory. Now I will expose the evil among you, those that have dined and spoken in secret, in chambers beneath feet. 9, 10, and 11 will reveal those I speak of. Fall, they will fall, from the top to the bottom. In the midst of the confusion and horror will rise an army of Elisha, the army of Elijah, a new generation of warrior, a generation hungry for a fight. They will go into the streets and highways, into the domain of the king and of the prostitute, and I will send signs and wonders after them, and my glory will go before them. It's time for the dam wall to breach, and the evil within to be exposed to the light, and the fire of the sun, S-O-N. Like a desert scorched by the sun, the time has come to rise. So this was on the 17th of July, 2019. Now let me just go and find this other one over here. I know it's right down at the bottom somewhere. I've got so many prophetic words here. There's well over 100 of them. Oops, went past it. Okay. I'm going to have to move my phone because I can't read it otherwise. So this was on the 13th of May, 2021. The actually heading I had it on that day was mass suicide warning. Mass suicide warning. God says, the Prince of Persia has been backed into a corner by fire coming out of many mouths of faith. And he is about to bite the hands of those he once fed. He knows the time has come for the truth to reign, and the foot soldiers he has fueled will become his focus of his anger and hatred. He will deceive them into a great tragedy as one last attempt to strike fear into many hearts. He will cut off his own arm to make his presence known, in an attempt to reveal power he does not have. But through my prophets, I will expose his plan and put a stop to his death and destruction. Many voices of warning will cry from many rooftops, and it will start and stop as many are reminded of these words echoing from valley to valley. For some it will be too late, but many will awaken to the truth and be pulled out of darkness's clutches. And I will send healing rains, Healing rains will cover the earth and saturate the ground that has been crying out night and day, and joy will abound. So this, talking about the Prince of Persia backed into a corner, and that's the devil. He's backed into a corner now because he's trying to bring God's time forward. The devil knows he's going to the pit of hell, the fiery lake. He knows he's going there. He knows he can't stop that. But he's tried to bring his time forward, for the Antichrist to become forward, because then the Great Awakening doesn't happen. So if you can bring the Antichrist forward a number of years, then the Great Awakening, because we had a Great Awakening spoken about in the Bible words, in the words of God, it's spoken about a Great Awakening, a great harvest, billion+ souls. So what he's trying to do is bring his own time forward, trying to bring God's time forward, messing around with God's time. That's why you see types and shadows of the end. Types and shadows of the end. Because the devil has tried to bring his time forward, knowing that there's a time set for him to go to the lake of fire. He has brought his time, trying to bring his time forward by changing God's time, which he can't do. And that's when God steps in and stops him, just like the crossing of the Red Sea. Steps in and stops him. So he brings his time forward to bring the Antichrist in early, so that the Great Awakening, the great harvest, does not happen. But God won't allow him to bring his time forward, because it's set in time, it's set in prophecy. And prophecy is in times and seasons. So he won't allow him to bring it forward. So in this first prophecy that I spoke to you, where it's talking about the countdown is over, it talks about 9, 10, 11. That's September, October, November, and I believe of this year. But we are going to have in July, because that prophet was spoken in July the 17th of 2019. So it's coming up to 6 years. Coming up to 6 years, that prophecy that was spoken about, that was going to happen. And we haven't seen the September, October, November justice and the fall of many. So in the United States fall and in our South Africa spring, there are going to be a fall of many people, many leaders, many celebrities, many church leaders that have gone astray and looked at themselves as gods. Many people in every aspect of life that have gone away from God and made themselves gods, idols to many, they were all going to fall. As the truth comes out, they're going to fall. But the devil, the Prince of Persia, knows that, because he's being backed into a corner now. So when I say the heading is mass suicide, it's not just wicked people going to kill themselves. It is wicked people, foot soldiers of the devil, that are going to drive through crowds of people, taking out other people, and then obviously getting shot themselves, suicide by cop, or diving off buildings into a crowd of people with whatever they got with them. So what the devil has done now, is going to do now, is going to deceive many into committing suicide, but like a suicide bomber, various ways, they are going to take themselves out, but take many innocents with them. This is what the devil is trying to do now. Because he's been backed into a corner, the people that he's had on the Democratic Party and some rhinos on the Republican Party, and people that are wealthy like Bill Gates and a number of others, George Soros, the devil's been backed into the corner, so he's going to now take out his anger on these people and use them as cannon fodder for himself. Use them as missiles for himself. So your head needs to be on a swivel in the United States and around the world. Keep your eyes open. Even in South Africa, there is stuff coming out in South Africa soon. And there is going to be violence in the streets because people are suddenly going to know the truth. And others will not accept the truth and believe that they've been lied to. So there is going to be clashes worldwide in the coming months as the devil tries to steal, kill, and destroy from his own foot soldiers now, using them as cannon fodder. So you guys need to be extra vigilant. Remember, guys, those who want to be a part of this ministry can sow into this ministry via the PayPal in the description below, or the bank account in the description below. God bless you. May He save a different part of you. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen.